What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggle's TV Daily Rewind. Is where we go back a week, give you all of your tech news stories from the past 7 days in one single video. And in this video, we go through the Pixel Fold, some new developments with that. We go through the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and the prices that are coming out with that, OnePlus Open Fold, and so much more. So enjoy this week, and we'll see you in the next one. First story of the day has to do with the free gift that will come along with the Galaxy Tab S9, S9 Plus, and S9 Ultra. Some information is leaking out, and when the release date will be for these devices as well. This will also coincide with the release date of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. So here we go with this information. Roland Quan is saying that buying a Galaxy Tab S9 Plus or regular S9 or the Ultra version of the tablet from July 26th, that'll be the first day of pre-order, to August 10th, you get a free ultra slim keyboard cover included in certain countries. So August 10th is actually a Thursday, and they usually release their products on Friday. So you can look at August 11th being the official date of the release date, and then the July 26th would be the first day of the pre-order for all of these devices when they go live. So very exciting stuff right around the corner for everybody, and I like that they're going to give the keyboard again. Hopefully it's probably going to be the same exact keyboard, which I don't like. It's not good on non-steady surfaces, so at least you get a free keyboard though. And just to put extra emphasis, July 26th will be the pre-order for all the devices they announced, and then August 11th would be the actual release date. But then, as we know, release dates usually are released a little bit earlier because you pre-ordered it, you end up getting it earlier in the week. So you're probably looking at anywhere probably between August 7th and 11th, you'd actually have it in your hands. Next up is about the Google Pixel 8. It's getting a price increase, which is unfortunate. Not a huge price increase, but it is getting a price increase. So the specs being released out from Yogesh Brar, which we've seen before, 6.17 Full HD plus OLED 120 Hertz display up from the 90 Hertz. It'll have that new Google Tensor G3 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, only 128 or 256 gigs of storage to choose from. You can see those cameras, a selfie camera, Android 14 ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, 4485 milliamp battery, 24 watt wired and 12 watt wireless, launching in early October, and the price will be $649 and $699, which is a $50 increase over the previous generation of the phone. I don't like seeing $640. I don't like seeing $49 prices. I like seeing that like ending in $99 price. I don't know if it will end up being a huge deal for a lot of people. If they're going to buy it, they're probably just going to buy it, but it's a little bit sucky that it is getting a price increase. We'll start off with a Nothing Phone 2. It's officially out. You can pre-order it right now, and prices are not high, but they're a little bit higher than we expected potentially. So it comes in white and black. It's got that translucent back with the coloring LEDs on there. It looks great. It's a really nice looking phone. I actually like it a lot. I'd love to get my hands on this. Don't want to buy it, but I want nothing to send it to me. It's going to range in price from $599 all the way up to $749, depending upon what phone you end up getting on here. It will have a 6.7-inch OLED display, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, which is the same processor as the Galaxy Z Fold 4. 50 megapixel dual cameras, 32 megapixels on the front. It'll have Nothing OS 2.0, aka Android, but their own little skin on top of that. Again, pre-ordering right now, and it should deliver, or at least be released, like sent out by July 17th, so next week. So check it out, guys. I'll link it down below if you want to pick it up. It looks like a very nice slab phone for a good price. Next two stories about the Galaxy Z Fold 5, and they're both not going to blow you away. Let me grab my Z Fold 4. First is about the crease. We've been hearing that the crease might be slightly reduced, and it is, I guess. This is all second or third hand accounts of what we're hearing about this, but the crease, which I always say it so much, guys, stop freaking out about it. It's not a big deal. But the crease is supposedly, you can see it just as much as you can like a Z Fold 4, but you feel it a little less when you're using the phone. Either way, seeing it, feeling it, stop letting it bother you, because it's not a big deal. It's really, really not. But it's something to know that it's not going to be a huge difference over the Z Fold 4. The other part of this is that Z Fold 5 is looking like it's probably gonna get a price increase, and so is the Z Flip 5 as well. We've heard this Flip 5 probably will, but now we're hearing that the Fold 5 is also probably going to get a price increase. So the information that's coming out is these are the European prices, and these are all increased over the Z Fold 4 and Flip 4. So you're looking at $11.99 and $13.39 for the Flip 5. For the Fold 5, you're looking at $18.99, which is 100 more euros than the previous gen. 512 is the $20.39, and the 1 terabyte is $22.79. Extremely high prices. We don't know if these will effectively translate over to American dollars the same way, or if they'll be less or more, or what they're gonna be, but it doesn't look good so far. If they do a price increase on the Fold 5, I might not get the phone, honestly, especially if the trade-in is trash. I like to cover the phone, but the phone hasn't changed that much, and I can't imagine if they have a price increase and the trade-ins suck, that most people are gonna buy the phone. So at that point, what's the point of making videos on that device if it doesn't excite me, it's expensive, you guys don't buy it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Story of the day has to do with, guess what, the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, that's kind of how I built my channel in the early days, especially on the smartphone side. I covered the Note 7 like a dog, like a crazy dog. I was putting all kinds of stories about that. When there was the issues with the fire and things like that and the explosion with the phone, I covered it massively. I was putting out multiple stories a day. And again, it kind of built my channel. I earned a lot of your guys' trust and interest, and you guys ended up watching my channel because of that. And then Samsung, because of that, kind of forgot the Galaxy Note 7. Well, it looks like they kind of haven't. It looks like time does heal all wounds. Now, this is coming from a foreign official Samsung website. They have a promotion going on in that country, and it says basically for Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, Note 10, and older Galaxy Note phones, act fast and don't miss out on our limited time offer. By trading one of those phones, upgrade to the latest and greatest technology without breaking the bank. And they show that now it's time to upgrade to the Ultimate Galaxy S23 Ultra because of the S Pen and all of that. But basically what they ended up saying is they have this little verbiage on it saying that the Galaxy Note 7 brought always on display. It was released in 2016 with built-in iris scanner, USB-C port, and revolutionary always on display feature. It had 4 gigs of RAM, which is crazy low, powerful processor, and 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. The camera system came with a 12 megapixel rear camera and 5 megapixel selfie camera. So again, they're not forgetting about that bad boy. I know it's a lot of people's quote unquote favorite phone. It got recalled. They had to eventually give it back. There was updates pushed through it, and then you could like hack your way through the update so it wouldn't get to your phone. There's all kinds of tricks that you could have done, but ultimately do any of you guys still have this one? Maybe you do, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. So what do you guys think about that, about Samsung actually acknowledging that Galaxy Note 7 phone? Next up has to do with the Google Pixel Fold. It came out with Android 13. Android 14 is not officially out, but the beta is, and it's very, very reliable beta software. And it's actually, you can go and download it. If I'm downloading it right now, it's about 40% installed, so I'll let it do its thing. But if you want to sign up for it, I'll put the link down below, and it's very simple. Just log in if you're not already with your Google account, the same one that's on your Pixel Fold. And then after that, you scroll towards the bottom, you'll see your Pixel Fold. You click on it, you check a couple of boxes, you hit install, and then what you do is go on your phone, your Pixel Fold phone, go into settings, and then system updates. I think it's about, and then system updates, or system updates, and then you can download and install it. It takes a bit, but other than that, very cool that you can actually do that. I'm doing it right now. First story of the day has to do with the launch of the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Flip 5, and it looks like, at least so far, Samsung does not have high expectations for the Galaxy Z Fold 5 because of their first commercial, or at least advertisement of their flip side, join the flip side. And ultimately, it looks like it just shows a flip phone, their Flip 5 phone. They don't show the back, but you got to assume they're promoting their Galaxy Z Flip 5, not the Fold 5. Now, they could obviously, and they probably will, come out with commercials for the Fold, but I think this speaks volumes for Samsung as a whole. I think they're looking at the Fold 5 not being a big seller because of the fact that the design still hasn't changed for the last basically 4 years. The only changes on there basically are the processor inside and that it closes almost completely flat. And that's pretty much it. It's literally almost the same exact phone that we've got the last 4 years. And the big difference on that Flip 5 phone is that it now has, which I'm going to be doing a video on this soon. This is the Motorola version of the phone, and this has the big display on the back as well on their folding phone. So you get that, let me just unlock this, there we go. So you have this huge display on the, the back here, and that's what Galaxy Z Flip 5 is gonna have. It's gonna be more exciting, definitely upgrade than the Fold 5 at the very least. So yeah, it looks like Samsung's got their eyes on the prize and not on the Fold 5. One of the most exciting phones I am looking forward to the rest of this year, probably the most exciting phone. You have the iPhone 15s coming out, which great, cool, they're gonna have USB-C and updated this and that, but nothing crazy that's gonna blow me away. You've got the new Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Flip 5. I'm not a huge flip phone fan, and the Fold 5 is boring to me. It's the same design. And then you also have new Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, cool. I do like the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, but again, they're slab phones. I am more of a folding phone fan. So what do we have left? We have the new OnePlus Fold coming out, also known as the OnePlus, what is it called? Open, OnePlus Open, which I still don't really love the name of that, but OnePlus Open, OnePlus Fold. When is it going to launch? Well, it looks like we are finding that information out. The information coming out about that is that it's going to launch on April 29th. So you're looking at another month and a half before that phone launches. And then release date, you'd have to expect, because I looked at some of their other stuff, they usually launch, I think their phones are usually a month later. So you're probably looking at this phone launching anywhere between the middle of September is my guess, and also the end of September. We might see it a week later, like early September, but definitely you'd expect it to be in your hand somewhere in September is most likely the date. However, be the beginning or the end, my guess is the middle to the end, but we'll have to wait and see. And then remember, this phone is loaded to the gills with beautiful, hardy specs, and those are the 7.8-inch AMOLED 2K display on the inside, which is going to be great. 6.3-inch AMOLED outer display, which is, it looks great. It looks like a regular sized phone. 120 hertz refresh rate on both displays. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is amazing. It's a great processor with performance and battery life. You've also got their 16 gigs of memory inside, 256 of storage, 4800 milliamp battery, 67 watt fast charging. This thing's going to be able to charge basically in, I would guess, about 45 minutes from 0 to 100. You get the triple rear camera setups with 48 megapixels and then 64 megapixels, 32 megapixels on the front facing camera. On the inner screen, it's 20 megapixels, Android 13, alert slider, power button, fingerprint sensor. I am so stoked about this phone. This is everything the Galaxy Z Fold 5 should be and have, and it's not. It's a disappointment to Samsung. Samsung should honestly be ashamed with not changing the direction and the look of that Fold 5 phone. This is going, on paper, it's going to destroy it. It honestly might even destroy the Pixel Fold. We'll see. The Pixel Fold, again, it's not spec to spec wise, the OnePlus Fold is a better phone, but it comes down to the software and the integration, how everything runs with the cameras and everything. And right now the Pixel Fold's still my folding phone to get, but this is looking like hard beast of a phone. Cannot wait to get this phone. I am super stoked about that. Story of the day has to do with the Galaxy S24 series. This phone should be out probably in February of 2024, which is only about, what, 5 months away at this point, 6 months away. And what are we gonna see in terms of this phone? Well, we might see a nice upgrade finally to the charging at the very least. So here's the information that is coming out. It's coming from RG Cloud, saying that stacked battery is on track, but limited, most likely only for the S24 Ultra and S24 Plus, or just the S24 Ultra. Meanwhile, Apple has used it on their entire iPhone 15 lineup. 24 Ultra and Plus have rated 5,000 milliamp batteries. The 24 Ultra stacked structure is different though. To make it cooler, they applied cooling gel, which would allow for 65 watt charging and stability. That's one of the big things coming out of this, is not only the stacked batteries, but 65 watt charging on the 24 Ultra. They also go on to say, or he also goes on to say, is this isn't final, just prototype sample. According to someone, stacked equipment has yet to arrive to Chinonan plant, just trial pilot plant on China. Stacked battery is denser, less heat dissipation, hotter. I'm curious about Apple solution and S24, 24 Plus to overheating. Also future flip and fold 6. So again, none of this is written in stone, as you would know anyway, but basically it looks like Samsung's finally trying to do something different with their batteries, and also the bigger thing with the charging, to get 65 watt charging. And when you are talking about 65 watt charging, that fast of a charging is able to charge your phone in about 45 minutes from 0 to 100, and then like 0 to 50 is probably going to be like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or something like that. And then as it gets closer to 100, it slows down. But that's good news. We'll see if this ends up ringing to be true and coming out or not, or if it's going to be saved for the next phone. You have to think they're going to do this. They've had the same charging for years. It has to come to a halt somewhere, right? So hopefully they're actually going to do it this time. Today's news video is going to be a question I've been getting a fair amount, and what's my daily phone? Is it the Pixel Fold, or am I back to the Galaxy Z Fold 4? And I've answered this in thing, but I kind of want to go a little bit more in depth with it. So I've been a Galaxy Z Fold fan and user for the last 3 years. The 2, the 3, and the 4 have been my main phone, and I haven't really strayed from that, from being my main phone, except for when I had to get it fixed for it getting broken. And I've loved this phone. It's a great phone. There's a lot of things to like about it. There's some things to not like about it. The things that I don't personally absolutely love about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 are the outside display, which is way too tall and skinny and pretty much unusable for me. The cameras, they're not awful, but they're definitely not cameras I want to take everywhere with me and that I really trust to capture the best footage, mostly photos, that I would want to share and love. They just don't do that. And there's some other odds and ends, you know, about the phone. It doesn't fast charge all go crazy fast, and it's smooth, but it's not the smoothest experience I've seen on Samsung phones and other phones for sure as well, and some other things as well. So, but those are the main points, are this and the cameras. And the Pixel Fold has come out and rectified some of those issues that I've had with the Galaxy Z Fold 4, and I am full head steam into this thing now with the Google Pixel Fold. If you see me in public, the phone that you're going to see in my hand is the Pixel Fold. You're not going to see some other phone. I'm not one of those fakers that says I use a phone and then I don't. And you see me in public and I'm using some other phone. I'm not. If I tell you that I use a folding phone, first of all, yeah, all the time. I use a folding phone all the time. If you see me in public, you're going to see that when I pull, you say, Greg, show me your phone. I'm going to be like, it's right here. See? The Pixel Fold right now, especially right now. Could that change next month? When the OnePlus Fold comes out, there's a high probability it will. But folding phones are my game. They're my thing. And the Pixel Fold has fixed those issues. I love the outside display on this. I've compared the phones of the Pixel Fold against the Galaxy Z Fold. And I love this outside display. It's awesome. It's so usable. I use the outside display so much more than I thought I was going to end up using. I barely ever used it on my Galaxy Z Fold phones. And I use it a lot, not all the time. I still use the inside display more, but I use this outside display a lot. Pretty much for many reasons, if a app doesn't look correct inside this bigger display, or maybe it looks a little bit awkward, it just doesn't work, or whatever the reason, I'm having some bugginess, I will switch out to this outside display and it works perfectly fine. The cameras are another big thing. You know, I've taken so many beautiful photos already with this camera, from sunsets, which I love taking pictures of my kid, of my dogs, anything that I personally like taking photos of. I've been extremely happy with the people as well with this phone. I'm like, dang, I'm so glad that I have the best of both worlds for myself. I have a folding phone because I love having a big display, and then I also love having a great camera, and the Pixel Fold fits that bill. It's freaking awesome. I love that. I already am on Android 14 on this thing. It's running beta, but it's running perfectly fine. No problems at all. So I'm going to be able to get all the updates that I want as quick as they are put out on the Android side with this phone. It's awesome. That's another thing I love. I love cutting edge software and things that they add to the hardware to make this hardware and software melt together and better overall. And then, you know, just using this is like a super smooth device. And again, the Z Fold phone is smooth, but this is next level smooth. That has some jagged edges once in a while. This is awesome, guys. It's so smooth and great and then pleasurable to use. Not that I got annoyed with the Z Fold, don't get me wrong, but it's just that whole experience. And the things that are important to me might not be important to you, might not care. You might want the total raw performance of the Z Fold line because it outperforms raw performance-wise the Pixel Fold. But to me, that's not that important. I'm not a big gamer on the phone. And even if I was, this phone can still game and not really have too many issues or any issues at all. They both charge fairly the same. The Z Fold, I feel like, will charge faster, especially when I'm using it. That's one thing I would give the Z Fold over the Pixel Fold. But it's still, when this thing's closed up and I'm charging it, absolutely fine. So very happy with this so far. The phone's obviously fully set up. I've been using it since it's come out. It's been my main phone since day one of this release. I haven't gone back to my Z Fold line at all for anything, maybe except a video or two here or there, but I haven't gone back to that phone and be like, oh, I missed this phone. I don't grab the Z Fold phone and like, dude, oh, this is great. I love this. This thing feels so weird out here. I said it in a previous video that it feels ancient. This doesn't feel right anymore. It just doesn't. And then this, it's not bad. It's a great aspect ratio. You can turn it and stuff like that. Works great. It just feels weird though. It doesn't feel like home anymore, which is weird to say after using the Pixel Fold only for a few weeks. It's really changed my mind on things. And what's going to further cement things with them, if I'm going to continue using the Pixel Fold, is once the OnePlus Fold comes out, which has all the specs inside basically that the Z Fold 5 will use, but it'll have hardware that has a great outside display, has a great inside display, and hopefully better cameras than the Z Fold, but maybe not as good as the Pixel Fold, maybe better, we'll see. That seems like the ultimate phone. Maybe I'll end up switching to that. But right now, if you see me walking down the street, or you see, whatever, this is my phone. Pixel Fold is a beast. Loving this phone. So happy with it. It's not perfect. I've said many times, definitely not perfect. There's things they can improve on. I also want to add on that once the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is released in August, I don't see myself going back to that phone as my main phone. It's just the things that I don't like about the Z Fold line in general being the outside display and the cameras. Like, I don't hate the cameras, like I said, I just don't love them. Those are big things for me, and I don't see myself going back to that. Everything else about the Z Fold 5 will probably be really, really great. The battery life, the performance, the display, things like that will be nice. But the things that I don't like about it are enough to make me not want to go back to that until they actually change it. So I would say by the September, I'll either be on the OnePlus Fold or still on the Pixel Fold at that point. Story of the day has to do with the price of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, we've been hearing it's probably going to be a higher price. Euro prices had kind of leaked out showing a price increase over the Galaxy Z Fold 4. And it looks like Korea is potentially showing the same thing. And this information coming from the Galaxy. I'm not sure exactly where he pulled the information because he doesn't link back to it, but he usually just doesn't say it out of the air. I mean, sometimes he puts his opinion in, but it looks like he's actually gathering some kind of information, and it says that the Galaxy Z Fold 5 will start at 2.1 million won in Korea, which is equivalent to 1654. It's 100,000 won more expensive than the Z Fold 4. And you're gonna say, well, that price is actually cheaper than what we pay here in America and in Europe, and that is true at 1654. But you gotta remember, that's where basically the phone is made, or Samsung is in Korea, so that's most likely why they pay slightly less money dollar-wise versus what we pay, but it's still more than they paid last year. So that's why I'm saying we're probably still going to see a price increase across the board. It looks like it's probably gonna end up being about $100 more. I can't imagine they're gonna put it up $200 more. I hope not. I mean, I wanna also say this, that if I remember correctly, last year, we heard there was gonna be higher prices, and it was higher prices like in other parts of the world, but America had the same price. So America might still end up having the same price, but other parts of the world might not. And I know I have a lot of you guys are in America, and then there's a lot of people that aren't as well. So I actually think, after seeing all this news, I think we're gonna see a $100 price increase across the board, almost everywhere in the world. Yeah, America, Europe, wherever, Asia, everywhere, wherever the phone is released and purchased, I think we're gonna see a price increase everywhere, which at the same time, maybe we'll end up seeing some better trade-in values, which all equate, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with all this stuff. But what do you guys think? You still think we're gonna get a price increase or a decrease or stay the same? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you have a question, leave it in the comments down below. Put the word question, and then ask your question. We'll answer it in tomorrow's video. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.